Hey, what's up guys? This is PokerXpress, and we are back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Neil, is this going to instigate the changing of gears, or is it a little early on still in the tournament for people to start thinking that deep?
Well, there's not too many internet kids on the table, but we're on to 200, 400 blinds. I think the internet kids will be going for 1,050 would be their traditional raise. I think people do step up here. 1,100 is more your old school raise. That's my kind of thing. Jamie Gold can't resist it. He loves calling. Well, this is pretty interesting. Manoli's decided 10 deuce, the old Doyle Brunson hand, is a good hand to be raising with from middle position.
And Gold calls him with the Queen 8.
Yeah, I'm guessing if I'm in a tournament and Jamie Gold's sitting on my left, I'm basically not looking to try and run lots of bluffs.
No.
This is a man whose MO is generally I call.
Manolo is a favourite after we see the flop.
He certainly is, and he's got quite a lot of chips, a lot of smaller chips in his stack as well, which suggests that he's been playing a lot of pots.
I can steal every time. I had 15 and
How much left? Talk about putting the guy on the spot.
12 and a half. So 12,000. I had 15 at the beginning of the hand.
Yes, Jamie Gold, of course, famously when he won the World Championship, use of speech play was a big thing with him, and he perhaps doesn't really want to know how many chips here. He's perhaps trying to suss out just the strength from his voice and whatever, how comfortable he feels about the whole thing. Of course, Jamie with the flush draw, it's a tricky situation. A lot of people would raise here, and he's got to think about the stack sizes, and he's decided that they've got a little bit too much money to be shoving the whole lot in on a queen high flush draw. He goes for a call and try and hit it approach. And what he has hit is a straight draw to go with his flush draw. So even though there's only one card to come, the man with one pair is not really a massive favourite in this situation. And Jamie Gold, with the position and a lot of cards to hit, decides move all in. I like this play from Jamie Gold. It's bold, and
He's got the double gutter.
Let's have some fun. Let's gamble.
The double belly busting.
Come on.
The gut shot, straight draw, and the flush draw. Against Manole's 10s.
Maybe I have no pair again.
yeah, Mahai, he might have done well to have watched Jamie Gold winning the World Championships. Jamie's already declared he had no pair. Famously during that tournament, whenever he spoke, he basically just told the truth every single time. But it's a very difficult call to make with just a pair of 10s. Obviously the ace and the jack are over cards, and he's got a horrible kicker.
And this is all part of the game, this standing up, and you got a call, and the eye contact.
Yeah, and now he decides to show the hand, show the bluff.
I'm virtually all in, boys.
It makes me much more likely to attack their blinds, actually.
It's unlikely they're going to say it with a pair of aces.
Well, he probably hadn't looked at his cards when he started speaking, but Jamie Gold under the gun with the 9-8 suited, a pretty looking hand, but out of position, a tricky one to play. He goes for a limp.
Me? Yeah. Don't worry about me. I'm like to 3,000.
Paul Temple's flat called it with a pair of 7s.
Raise to 2,000 total.
Sorry, he hadn't flat called it. He was thinking about what to do, and he's decided to make it 2,000. I like this play, actually. He knows that Jamie Gold is often weak when he limps in. He's got position. Even if Jamie calls him, which he will do with his big stack, he's going to get to play a pot against the former world champion with a pair and with position.
And exactly as he predicted, Greco folds with the ace-7. So Gold has in fact hit his 8.
Yeah, he's hit the front. It's a bit unfortunate for Paul Temple. I like his line in this hand, but he's been out flopped, and Jamie Gold's checked him on the flop, so he's quite naturally decided to make a continuation bet. Don't blame him at all for doing that. He's not to know that Jack and an 8 has suddenly hit Jamie Gold. Jamie Gold will check raise here. There's a straight draw and a flush draw. I'm guessing he's going to make it about 10,000 now. He might just go all in and test Paul Temple. He knows it can't kill him. Paul Temple's got under 20,000. Well, I don't like this play from Jamie Gold. His hand is very vulnerable at this stage. He hasn't really asked any questions with it, unless he picks up a spade, an 8 or a 9 on the turn. Or possibly a 10. Well, it's just got better and better for Jamie Gold. Played it kind of weird so far. He's decided now to go all in. He's hoping that Paul Temple's got an overpair to the board and that he's got lucky on him. He doesn't realise that Paul Temple wasn't as strong as all that. And Paul Temple's just going to think for a while and then fold.
The beauty about this game, it's the only place in the world that they allow you to talk the way that I used to talk before they changed the rules on everybody. They said I could say anything I want at any time. I could tell them exactly what I have. I could tell them that I just got unbelievably lucky and actually hit it.
Tell me what you've got down.
Well, I'm all in. You show me your 2 cards, I may show you with my hand so that you'll fold.
I like this Paul Temple.
I mean, there's nothing to lose by showing me your cards. I'm already all in.
Again, Jamie Gold, though, declaring, I got absolutely lucky. He's...
You can say anything you want.
You should have kept quiet.
Well, it wouldn't matter. No,
I think he did really think that Paul Temple had an overpair to the board, and
I'm not trying to do that. I'm thinking that if, let's say, he has a drawing hand, I don't want him to draw against my hand.
You look top down. Where's all my
Maybe pair 10s, pair queens.
I think Paul Temple, I'm not quite sure why he's thinking so long now. I mean, he made a re-raise pre-flop, he made a continuation, but it didn't work out. I think he must fold this one.
Yep, and you're absolutely right. The Northern Irish dairyman, 31 years old.
You know he's calling. He might be right. He's never seen a hand he doesn't want to play against me. I love it.
Oh, baby. And indeed, he's right. Packy Quinn with the hooks. Re-raises.
Oftentimes when someone makes a big fuss about a situation like this, they've pulled some kind of little move on you and they've got a big hand, but Jamie Gold actually does just have 9-6 suited. So
it's a monster for Jamie.
He's a monster. Tim Blake finds himself with a pair of 8s. It's an awkward situation for Tim. He's probably disregarded Jamie slightly from the hand, but he knows that Packy Quinn can have a hand here, and he makes a good laydown there. Didn't take too much time thinking about it. A lot of people would have called there. He's got quite a few chips, Tim. And that's just the kind of way that you end up spewing off a few chips.
Well, Jamie's called, which means there's 7,300 in the middle.
And he's decided to go for the check in the dark option. The ace has come, which Packy Quinn might be happy to see.
7.
A double check and a 7 on the turn.
I'm all in.
Now Jamie's picked up a double gut shot again. He can hit 2 different cards for a straight. It's a kind of up and down straight. He's only got an 18% chance of winning this pot though. But can Packy Quinn figure it out? He's got to hate that ace there. When he got the jacks, there always seem to be aces there.
I don't think Packy even has 10,000 in front of him. Thereabouts his starting stake.
But it's basically his whole tournament now. He's decided to call, and Jamie Gold, perhaps a victim of his own table image there. Packy may be saying to himself, well, if Jamie Gold wanted to limp in, he wouldn't really have an ace in his hand in this pot. Or maybe he just thought he'd got low enough and a pair of jacks is a good hand.
So 5 or an 8.
4 or an 8. 4 or an 8.
Excuse me, 4 or an 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to get lucky. I'm going to get lucky.
Can he?
Nice hand, sir.
Not this time. King of spades falls in the river. And Jamie seems to be hemorrhaging chips.
Well, he's always going to be in and out of action, Jamie, isn't he? He loves to play pots.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to see more, make sure to check out the links in the description. Also, make sure to comment below what you would like to see next, and we will work on your ideas as soon as possible.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000, and they try and raise to 16, 1700 and then give themselves a tough decision. I don't really want anyone to call in that situation. If I find a player behind me like Jamie Gold, I'm just going to bet the absolute maximum I can bet, and if he calls me, I'm going to hopefully wait until I've got a reasonably decent hand to do it, and I'll get a chance to get a full double up. But yeah, I think 10 big blinds is a reasonable cut-off point for that, definitely.
Well, Neil, last year you took home the silverware from this very tournament. You won it and took it down. How many all-ins do you reckon you went through in the 4 days?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
I was all in most hands, it felt like. I was actually low stack for a long way in the tournament. I think I only had 42,000 when the blinds were 5,000, 10,000 with 35 people left. So it was, yeah, I had to survive quite a lot of luck.
And do you think you've cracked the key to winning the Irish Open?
I wish I was raising the
I certainly cracked it that year.
Next year, you should try it again.
I'd like to try again. It was a lot of fun, I can tell you that.
I don't deny it for 1 second. Here we go. We're going to see a flop. King Deuce 9. Jamie has hit top pair. And there's his 2 favorite words.
Call like the gentleman with underpair. With the underpair, I'd love it. What are the chances I hit a hand? Come on. You know I had to go all
Stephen
in anyway.
Murphy,
You have nothing left in my
I'm not
back
actually in
pocket.
love with Stephen Murphy's play here. I mean, obviously Jamie Gold is you know, a player that's got a wide range of hands, but I'm not really looking to re-raise a player like Jamie Gold with a hand like 8-4, because basically he doesn't fold Jamie Gold. You know, if you're going to raise someone pre-flop or re-raise someone pre-flop, you really need them to fold occasionally, and if I don't have a hand and I'm relying on Jamie Gold to fold a hand, I'm probably in a bit of trouble.
Yeah. Tim Blake folds down.
Now this is folded around to Michael Greco. This is a situation where I didn't see what hand he passed, but he must be getting to the stage now where his chips are starting to dwindle again, and he should be thinking about trying to pick up these blinds from late position.
Raise.
Good luck. He can pass.
Mahi Manoli is a different kind of player. He knows that he wants to get it in any time he gets the opportunity round the back with his low stack. And that's exactly what he's done. He's found a king. He probably thought to himself, any picture card will do me. And I think he's done exactly the right thing here.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
So it's a King 3 up against Jamie Gold.
Well, you see Jamie Gold's hand. It looks like he's got a picture and a non-picture. There's probably not much in it, this one.
Judging by their reactions, it doesn't seem to be too dramatic, but we're going to see Jamie's hand now.
Thank you.
He's got a similar kind of hand. Oh, he's got ace-queen. There we go. So it's roughly 60-40. 65-35.
King 10 jack. Chip trace.
Never as bad as you think you are in Hold'em.
4, 4, 6.
5 would make it interesting.
Jack.
So a king or a 3 would make the 2 pair here. But it's not.
Well, we lose behind. He played an interesting game. He was a pretty aggressive player.
Fold. 8 play.
He did well for a 9-10 though, having missed the flop completely. And look at this. Jamie wakes up with the 2 jakes.
Well, you know, one of the advantages of the way Jamie Gold plays, which is very fast, and any 2 cards an awful lot of the time, is that when you do get a big hand like 2 jacks, you're liable to make a lot of money with them.
Yeah.
Fold. Fold.
Blinds are 4 and 8, so Jamie's raised it up to 25, just over 4 times the big blind.
Fold.
3 times the big blind.
He has raised it from an early position, but that doesn't mean an awful lot with Jamie. It just means that he knows it's up to him to pass or put some chips in the pot.
Raise.
Wow, these 2 guys love locking horns.
They do, and you know, this could be anything from Laak, because he's got a lot more chips than Gold at the moment. He knows that that even though Jamie's raised in an early position, that he's not necessarily as strong as 2 jacks. So, you know, in normal circumstances, you'd expect Laak to have a big hand here for this move.
Yeah.
Because of the position Gold is raised in, but because these guys have played with each other so much, it could be just trying to push him off whatever garbage Gold is raised with. And Gold knows that, so this is a very tough decision.
And it's a big raise as well, just shy of 11,000.
Now, I'd say, for example, if Ken had made this raise that Phil has made,
Yeah.
It'd be an easy fold for Jamie,
Yes.
because he'd know that Ken wasn't messing about. But because of all the banter, all the history between these two guys, it's
1,375 more.
it's a tough spot. No, Jamie's only put 2,500 in here, so we might think, well, you know, he might want to get in a race against Ace-King for all his chips.
Phil, can you put your cards on the last, please?
I mean, it is a huge advantage in this position when you got more chips than the other guy, because at least
Yeah,
I've never seen a guy get knocked out of a pot when he had more chips than the other guy, but it's mind games. I'm surprised they haven't started talking about it. Maybe Phil has a hand, because he's gone remarkably quiet.
What would you be putting Laak on here if you were sitting across the table there, Podrick?
Nice, man.
Wow.
You raise all in.
I wouldn't have been putting him on that. Wow, dude. Good fold from Jamie.
That was a great fold. I really thought he was going to... You don't have to admit that to the nation.
Half of them know it already.
Most of them put you on a jack too. Here we go. We've got Gold with a 5-8 of clubs. Not the most exciting of hands, but just as you suggested at the top of the show here, Podrick, he is playing aggressive. 2.5 grand.
That's one.
What, it's just 8-5 of clubs is like mother's milk to Jamie. You know, he likes to play a lot of pots. He likes to mess about. Anything semi-suited connectors is considered practically the nuts in Jamie's household. He's having one hell of a time over here, Jamie. I mean, he's told anybody who listened that this is the best tournament in Europe, and he's coming back every year.
Yeah, he says he loves it.
He likes the way he's treated in Ireland. You know, the Irish Open has got a tremendous reputation for friendliness and for a bit of crack at the table. And, you know, Jamie, as a world champion, was expecting people to be bowing and scraping to him and all of that.
Yeah.
But it's just, but the rules in Ireland are, I mean, you can fit in and be one of the boys,
Absolutely.
or forget about it. I mean, so he loves that.
Yeah, I heard he was up in the bar till 4 o'clock in the morning with double waters.
But
Getting on with everyone.
it was a pretty clear liquid anyway.
I know, I was kidding. What do you hit? I got a big hand. Oh, come on, you can show me. I'll tell you what, I'll show you one.
Wow, what a flop that was for Phil Laak.
Actually, I can show this one. Wow.
He must have showed the deuce.
Could be anything with that other card.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've had some of the greats over at this tournament in the last few years. I mean, Mike Sexton, Dan Harrington, the great Doyle Brunson was here last year. This is Phil Laak and Jennifer Tilley have been here twice. It's Jamie's. But, you know, that's how big this tournament is, that the biggest names in poker want to come to Dublin. And the thing is, when you get them over here, they want to come back.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Hopefully they keep on returning. This is, of course, the oldest tournament in
As long as
Europe.
they don't win.
Charge them some special tax on the way out. Now, here's our new seated player at the table, going by the name of Jeffrey Vancuro, or Vanchuro.
They trapped us.
But he has folded down this hand, and Elmar on the 9-5. He's going to call ace, 7 of clubs, the king. We're four-handed. Doherty in there with a pretty hand.
Four-handed, so I can't really say anything.
What was it you were saying about his image? And about
2,500.
Big blind is the big blind.
By the way, if Ken should fold, we could go into talk mode. Yeah.
Well, I think you're going to be able to start talking pretty soon.
By the way, I'm going into bomber mode. I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word. Maybe I have what I had last time. I'm in bomber mode. Maybe I just have what I had last time. Oh, man, you got so lucky, Phil. Look at that.
Jamie trying to pretend he had something.
I'll check just in case.
Check a bit. Check a bit.
Can't see Jamie not having a stab here.
Checking the flush twice?
Well, I think I can confidently predict that Jamie would bet and Phil would call him.
is Jamie going to have a pop at it?
Yeah.
With nothing, jack high?
Well, he's not going to win a showdown without betting, but... I don't think it's a great option to bet here, because...
Make a move at it, and I get called.
He's now explaining why. You know, Phil had to have called him on the flop with something. I mean, either the ace, the king, or the flush draw. And all of them are beating a jack-8 offsuit.
Is there anything that Jamie could bet there to get Phil off it, do you think? He's hit that king.
Well, he could bet an awful lot bigger, but he could be walking himself right into trouble, so he's not going to do that.
Well, then you should call. Nice.
Yeah, and it's just a call. Wow. These boys know their game. Another 4.5 into the middle. I think it's a 17,000 pot altogether.
But you know, these kids in the grey shirts, I mean, they're playing a tournament within a tournament. There's 100,000 for the...
That's absolutely right.
For the online qualifier that goes the furthest.
The last man.
And they're stuck with Phil Laak and
Jamie Gold. I could have done a lot better.
You know, I know Ken Doherty was saying earlier he'd like to have been down in the corner, away from it all, but I'm sure these guys would have loved it.
Yeah, sometimes being famous isn't going to do you any favors at all at a poker tournament.
I'll bet I'm playing this one blind.
Go in a disguise.
2,800.
Fair play to Tompkins. He's come out like a man.
Call 2,800.
Had a stab at it. He said. Jamie just calls him at the Queen-8.
Go ahead.
Check about.
A move he'll come to regret.
Could have hit one of those. Blind hands usually have a 10-8-5 reduce in it.
And that is unfortunate for Gold. Tompkins has, of course, just hit the 10 top pair.
All in. Now I gotta look. Ooh, I actually hit the 8. Wow. How much?
I like the way Tompkins is behaving himself here. He's, you know, Gold is a very experienced table talker. And, you know, when somebody starts talking to you like that, it's normally a good idea just to shut your mouth, pick a spot at the table and stare at that and don't give anything away. I mean, these guys are experts at picking up stuff.
If I had more chips, I'd give you a call. Nice.
He's not kidding either. I mean, Tompkins a little unlucky there.
You don't have him beat. This is the time to
that Jamie didn't have a few more chips. He'd have called out of sheer curiosity.
Online players don't know about it, but this is the time. If you didn't have him beat, that would be the time to show.
Young Jason Tompkins takes down a nice pot.
Online players don't know anything about when to show.
Has he just been too courageous, too loose with too many hands and not taking into consideration that it is, in fact, an 8, well, 7-handed table now?
I think he just lost the plot with that 9-4. That cost him an awful lot of chips.
Yeah.
Can you pull in 25?
But you know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I mean, on another day that would have got through and we would have been saying what a bluff.
Yeah. And he is one of the best in the world, so you don't expect to see them tilt after a couple of digs like that. Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back.
Oh, they all tilt, I promise you.
You reckon?
Well, except for maybe Ivory and Seidel, a few of those guys, I mean.
It's amazing, this is...
I tilt every day, just depends what time I get up at.
54, 3/4?
5575.
Thank you, sir.
5575.
Oh, 55.75.
Yeah.
That's what I got. 55. 75. All right.
He's got a call.
I got queen high.
No, I got the best hand, but you can get lucky.
I think he's priced in with his...
All right.
What are we, a 60-40, 69-31, 70, 70-30%?
Too, for my flush.
I'm not that worried about the
Gold maybe 70%, but it's...
I have 10s, he has queen.
If he loses, he's out.
I have
There's
40% of a straight flush.
Liam Flood, he must be out as well. He's around giving a little bit of advice.
He made the right call. I had no chips left. Oh.
Well, he took it well. Jack, bring me a jack. Jack, one time in my life. Bring it on. Jack of diamonds. I'm strong enough for it. It's for my friend. You know, I can take it. You might not do it, but I can take it.
This is what the Irish Open is all
I was
about.
strong enough. I could have taken the bet.
Asking for the dealer to give him the losing card.
You know, it's true. I mean, sometimes the Irish Open, you forget all about the money and get carried away with the game and the crack.
Interview time. At his